Hi everybody, welcome to Double Tap, the show where we sit on a couch.
With a camera between us.
This is not awkward at all.
No.
So we're going to talk about iPhone news, iPhone app news, and show off some apps that better be worth it having this monstrosity here on the shot. I think it gives it behind.
It's not always going to be like this, right?
I don't know. Well, let us know what you think. I think it's kind of behind the scenes.
Oh yeah, it's very behind the scenes.
Nice look. So let's get started. iTV app. Are you an iTV user, watcher?
I used to be before this whole, we were forced to switch to digital television. And then my iTV little box didn't work anymore because it was only NTSC analog.
Different topics, same grumpiness. I'm going to say it right here. Well, the iTV app for the iPhone has been pulled because you could, with a little rigging, use it for 3G streaming. Use it over 3G.
So you could stream your video from home. Kind of like, what's the other thing? The Slingbox, right?
Right, exactly. So AT&T has to give up on this at some point, right? Trying to pull these apps that work over 3G? Or do you think they're in their right to say, you got to use Wi-Fi?
I think they're going to keep pulling them until, I don't know, they fix their network, I guess. Or
is that going to happen? Come on now. ESRB, the Electronic Software Ratings Board.
Yes.
Boom! Nailed it.
Yep.
No ratings on iPhone games.
Yeah, so that story came out, I guess, last week when some developers of the new PSP Mini games, downloadable games for the PSP, were saying that even though they were porting their game from the iPhone to the PSP, the reason why the PSP version of the game was maybe $2 or $3 more expensive was because they have to pay to have this ESRB rating slapped on the game. Every Sony, PlayStation game, Nintendo game, Xbox game you buy in the store has an ESRB rating. And they also require that rating for their downloadable games.
Do you think these ESRB ratings are going to come to the Apple games?
Well, so supposedly these small developers, it was costing them as much as like $2,500, which isn't a lot for EA Sports,
sure,
but it's a lot for some guy making a game in his basement. The funny thing is, the ESRB is not required. There's no law that makes you put that on your game.
Right.
The gaming industry sort of polices itself, so the government doesn't get involved because the government, we all know how well they run everything.
The old man.
But they're not involved with the App Store. I'm sure they would love to be, because with how many thousands of games,
right?
Even if they got a few dollars here and there, they would have to drop their prices.
I think as long as Apple has an equivalent rating system, which they do, it's kind of iffy at times.
I think there's no public pressure on Apple,
right?
And I don't think like the consumer groups and the parents groups that are normally up in arms about video games have really targeted the iPhone.
I don't think they've caught.
I don't think they know that you can download games for your iPhone.
I think there's going to be augmented reality stuff that's really going to set them up.
Yeah, Fox News hasn't really tapped into the iPhone yet.
Hey, speaking of those ratings and some of the software for the iPhone, we have a game we're going to take a look at. It's the Suicide Girls.
Is it a game?
It's kind of a choose-your-own-adventure
It's a dating sim, right?
Right. This is called Suicide Girls.
Now, I remember back in the day you had a couple Suicide Girl accounts, right?
I don't know what you're talking about. Let's take a look at this.
Well, what was the charge of that? What does that cost you a month?
It's surprisingly affordable. So
now, Suicide Girls are what? They're alternative girls. They're girls with punk rock hair, piercing.
Exactly. So let's go ahead and play this game here. This is episode 1.
Emo? Would you call them emo?
I wouldn't. You can. Okay. So you see, it's a first-person dater, as it were.
POV. Someone call it POV.
The video quality is great, and basically you're going into this comic book store. Hello, you're going into this comic book store.
Yeah.
And you're going to see a young lady.
What's
here.
the rating on this game?
This is the over 17 rating. So essentially, you see this girl, and you're going to be. It's choose your own adventure style.
Oh.
Right. So we're going to have to decide: are we going to go over and talk to her, or are we just going to play it cool?
You're just going to.
Which would you do?
What are you going to talk about? Comics?
Well, it's one step at a time. One step at a time.
Well, I guess you're going to have to talk to her.
Okay.
Yeah,
I might play it cool, but let's go talk to her. See what happens. Okay.
I like this game.
I was a smooth talker, by the way, on the rankings you get as to how well you did. I think you know that That's just how I roll. But she will take off her clothes, but you don't see anything. You know, it's that kind of deal.
So does the game end happily, you would say?
It ends too quickly, my friend. If it ends happily, that's in the eye of the user. Depends on what makes you happy, I suppose. iPhone piracy.
Yes.
It happens.
Sure.
Turns out about 4 million of the 50 million iPhones out there, I should say iPhone piracy, are unlocked. Is that a surprisingly high? It's about 8%.
We just talked about this, didn't we?
That was a different show. Is that surprisingly high?
It is, because like I jailbroke my phone just because I might give it to my girlfriend and she's on T-Mobile.
And girls love nothing more than a jailbroken phone. You should have played that game.
But so I went and I said, well, let me see, maybe there'll be some cool jailbroken apps. And I honestly couldn't find anything. Now that the App Store's out and there's, you know, a billion apps to pick from, I couldn't find any reason to, other than using a different network, I couldn't find a reason to jailbreak your phone.
Okay. So I understand you've got a game demo.
Yeah. So
you've been having some trouble finding a good game.
Finding a quality game on the iPhone. So there's a game. I think it's called. I don't know how you pronounce it really. It's called Soosiz, I think. SOOSIZ.
Okay.
And it's sort of like a 2D version of Mario Galaxy,
All right,
if you will.
Let's take a look.
So it controls very easily. Like I said, 2D version of Mario Galaxy. So you're walking upside down on vertical surfaces, just like Mario. You jump, you collect coins, you stomp on enemies.
Now, there's no Mario Galaxy game yet for the iPhone, right?
Well, there's not going to be. Well, Nintendo's. I mean, that's Nintendo's property. They're not going to give that up. It also sort of combines. There was a Japanese original PlayStation game called Hermie Hopperhead. If anybody was like an import user, that's kind of similar. So it can get kind of twisted going upside down. Some people have said it made them motion sick, but I haven't had any problems.
So does it use the accelerometer at all?
There are a few levels that use that. For the most part, though, it's just simple move left to right. You tap the jump, collect coins. Company Touch Foo, I believe, is the company. So
we got time for one more story. So it turns out some developers of other video sites other than YouTube are a little frustrated with how the plugin in Safari works on the iPhone.
Yes. So
and go.
So the cool thing about, there isn't Flash on the iPhone, but YouTube videos magically work because I guess everything is also encoded in MPEG-4.
H264.
Yeah. But so other video services like who was the ones?
I think Dailymotion.
Dailymotion, yeah. They would like to also have that ability.
Sure.
But Apple says no. So basically, there's no way to click on a Dailymotion video and have it launch the Mac video player and play it, even though it'll be encoded in N264.
See, I have found though sites, for example, even Apple's site, there are pages you can go to and you'll see the little play triangle.
I guess
tap on it and it play.
I guess they don't want to embed. I guess they still want to have on their browser window the Flash version.
Gotcha.
And the way YouTube works is it somehow detects that. Anyhow, long story short, it looks like they're going to be forced to build their own app.
Well, I suppose it makes sense that they'd want to be treated the same as YouTube. I mean, it would only make sense that all the other sites that are out there would get the same treatment, right? Equal rights for all?
Whatever, man.
Okay, great. What did you think of the first show? I understand you love this.
Yeah, I think this needs to go. But other than that,
we'll figure something out.
It's a work in progress.
It definitely is. It's an early alpha. Send us your thoughts via Twitter at TDL Live because we're part of the DigitalLifestyle.tv family. Well, one big happy family.
Is this going to be? This could be like a lost episode, right?
Very few people will see this. Trust me, whether it's lost or not. Prove us wrong, though. But anyhow, until next week, which will be much more polished, let's say next time, because once the suits see this, I don't know if
yeah, they might get.
Until next time, pinch and stretch, everybody. Bye-bye.